Hello and welcome to the Doki Comfy Cast. I'm your co-host Nintendon't, and I'm joined by my other co-host Fun is Infinite.
Hello.
And our guest today, we got Fedor.
How's it going?
I couldn't hear you, man. There was like a plane flying over.
Oh, shut up.
And also we got, do you like worms?
Hello.
Oh yeah, by the by, if you're wondering where Robo is, he's dead. He died in the gap between episodes.
Ran out of batteries.
He tried to go swimming and it didn't work out so well.
So yeah.
Okay, so for our first topic, we'll start off with the usual. What games have you guys been playing this week? I guess we'll start off with worms.
Not a ton. Got a lot of school and it kind of gets in the way. I've been playing Minecraft on and off here and there. Other than that, I recently got back into TF2 a little bit. I've been playing that with some friends and that's been kind of fun. I haven't played that seriously in ages. I mean, yeah, no, that's it. That's all I got.
Okay, Fedor, what have you been playing?
I've gotten into Yakuza, and honestly, so far I've played only 0, and I gotta say, God, I fucking love that game series. It is so good. So good.
It's almost Friday night.
Almost. Soon.
You know, the problem with Yakuza, though, like the first one, like 0 is really good, but like the rest of the series is pretty much like diminishing returns. Like it's mostly like recycled gameplay and cities and all that.
Yeah, Yakuza 6 is alright. It has a few different things. It has a baseball-sized story, and that's always based.
Maybe for you.
Yeah, for me, because you don't go outside and play sports, fat fuck.
No, I don't. I'm not a Chad.
Well, too bad. Get on my level.
Do you actually play baseball fun?
Yeah, I sometimes go outside and play sports with locals.
You're not in any clubs or anything though?
Yeah, I'm not in any clubs.
All right.
Unfortunately.
Okay, I guess, Fun, what have you been playing?
Well, despite what I've been saying for the past couple of episodes, I've actually haven't been playing sports games, so haha, suck on that, losers. But seriously, lately I've been playing a lot of Dwarf Fortress. It's a very fun game once you get the hang of it and learn how to do stuff.
It seems like such a fun game, but it's such a steep learning curve.
It's not that hard to learn. It's just the whole thing with ASCII graphics. It makes it alienating to people and make them go, "Oh, that looks hard."
Yeah.
Is it like one of those autism games where there's like tons of stats you got to keep track of and you have to build your character a certain way? And
Have you never heard of Dwarf Fortress?
I mean, I heard of the name, but I never really looked into the game itself.
It's the autism game because it's like simulating an entire civilization. It's like all these minute details and micromanagement. It can be really cool, but it's also just really just autistic and hard to learn.
Pretty much, have you played RimWorld?
No.
Yes, thank you for taking so long to answer. It literally took you a minute to answer that simple question.
I didn't know if it was directed at him or in general.
Yeah, I don't
It
know.
was in general. I asked, have any of you played RimWorld? Well, basically, Dwarf Fortress is just the precursor to RimWorld. The appeal of RimWorld is that it's basically Dwarf Fortress, but hey, it's not ASCII. You can see what you're doing and can see the little people. The only downside to RimWorld is that it's not as intricate as Dwarf Fortress is, thus leaving some holes there. Anywho, that's what I've been playing.
Haven't you also been because I remember you started that Doki racing thing. Have you been playing like a lot of NASCAR too? How has that been? I remember you were telling me it has like a lot of mods and whatnot.
Oh yeah. I've been playing a lot of NASCAR Racing Season 2003. It's an old game that released back during the Windows XP days that has a very huge underground modding community. Like, it has a bunch of stuff. It has cars from like the 50s, X from all different time periods and different places. And you can even customize the rosters to be just like the real life racers. There's a lot of customizational autism that goes into it.
I love games like that. They just have that like really like dedicated cult following with like all these like really cool mods and stuff like that.
It goes to show that games don't really die, but more along the lines, they just gain underground traction.
Yeah.
But yeah, with the whole Doki racing thing, to our viewers who don't know what I'm talking about, there's this room in the server called a Fight Club, where there I hold lots of stupid sporting events like boxing and other stuff. And that just happens to be one of those things. But yeah, that's what I've been playing for the week, and that's pretty much it.
Okay, so I guess for myself, I've been playing Prey, but not the new Prey, Prey 2006, and it's pretty good. It really you remember how like old school FPS games were more about like fun and story, like your Duke Nukems and your Dooms and all that. That's what Prey is like. Like you play as a Native American, and it's really cool.
Oh, so it's Turok?
It's kind of like Turok. Like you start off as like a normal guy, and he wants to like throw away his Native American heritage and all that, but then aliens invade. And then as the game goes on, he starts to embrace it and he gets like Native American superpowers. Like you become immortal and you get like this ghost thing and you jump through portals.
Oh, I see. Ghost thing? Is that... is that
No. You have like a superpower where you become a ghost and you can like walk through walls and stuff like that.
Oh, so Danny Phantom. Okay. I was going to make the easy "is that a JoJo reference" joke, but no, it's actually Danny Phantom.
No, I think what actually happens is you kill yourself, and then you become a ghost.
That just sounds like Persona, but with extra steps.
Well, no, that is actually part of the story. Like you almost die at one point, but then you go to like some Native American like super world or some shit, and like it's crazy, man. But it's a really good game. Now, the biggest shame about it though is that like, because Bethesda, they bought the rights to Prey and they made their own Prey. And now this game's like pretty much getting like shoved into the background, like it's not really on sale anymore. And I think the studio that originally made the 2006 version got like shut down. And it's just really shitty, man. It's like one of those games that's probably going to get like lost to history.
That's how it be sometimes.
No, I was gonna say, does it have any relation to the 2017 game?
No, but Bethesda pretty much just reused the name. Prey was like a different game, and they just slapped the trademark name on it because they didn't want to like lose the rights.
Yeah, no, because I pulled up like a gameplay trailer or whatever, and it looks really cool. And I wasn't sure if there's maybe like story elements that were similar or something, but like at least gameplay, it looked nothing like.
Yeah, no, they're two completely different games, and it sucks, man. Because it's such a good game, and it's like people are just going to forget about it over time. People are going to think that the new Prey is Prey, and they're not going to remember this old game.
That feel when you won't be able to scream, "I am Turok" anymore.
Man, whatever happened to Turok? You remember that used to be a really big series, and then just died.
I don't know what happened to Turok. I just remember playing Turok 1 a lot, and then like Turok 2, and then I lost track of the series.
I think I watched a video on it, like the history recently, and I think that the third one maybe was kind of not that great, and then it kind of just died from there or something like that. Or I know it got an installment that wasn't that good. Yeah.
Oh, so it suffered from crackdown disease.
Oh, you mean Crackdown the game series?
Yeah, the one where in the third installment they literally have Terry Crews.
Ah, man, I was upset that that game flopped too, man, because the first Crackdown was such a good game, and they just completely fucked it all
Yeah,
up.
I know.
Like the second game, they turned it into a fucking zombie game, man. Like who wanted that?
I don't know. I guess they wanted to compete with, like, Call of Duty Zombies or something.
But yeah, that's pretty much all I've been playing.
You know, speaking of games, as we're recording this podcast, it is now February 13th, and tomorrow is going to be the release of the Sonic movie.
Is it really tomorrow? I forgot that.
Yeah, it's on Valentine's Day.
Oh, jeez.
Everyone's talking about, oh, they're going to take their boyfriend and girlfriend to watch the Sonic movie.
Imagine having one of those.
But I'm reading. Apparently, that movie is actually pretty good. Like it's
Is
not
it
great,
really?
but it's okay for what it is.
That kind of makes me want to watch it, even though I know that's kind of falling for the marketing. But even still,
Just do what I do and pirate it.
My one thing is whenever they release it to like Blu-ray or whatever, I hope they keep like some deleted scenes from the original cut, with how the Sonic design looked abhorrent. I hope they still have some of that in there on like
They probably
Blu-ray.
got rid of those on the redesign.
I wouldn't be surprised if that whole like redesign thing was just like a marketing stunt.
yeah, I know like a lot of people are kind of saying that it's.
I don't know, it just seems too pricey for a marketing stunt.
It seems kind of like a little bit much all for a marketing stunt. I mean, it worked, but at what cost?
Remember, like when they showed that original trailer with the awful design and all that? What if that was the only, footage of him there?
Then that means it's lost media and it's gonna be on the cutting floor wiki.
Because like that definitely, like I don't know where like that theory like came from, like where it first started popping up.
I think it just first started popping up by people becoming skeptical and thinking, it's cool and all that they're going back to redesign the model, and they're even pushing back the date of the movie, but doesn't it seem a bit weird that they were so reluctant to change the model after being met with backlash? Like that kind of thinking.
I don't know.
Yeah, who knows? But I guess that segues into our next topic. What video game to movie adaptation would you actually like to see?
I personally would love to see like a really good Doom movie. Like one that's original to the source and one that's literally just a guy in hell killing demons.
Yeah, Doom could work as a movie. It's just that the people who've tried have their views misguided and don't know much about Doom outside of, oh man, he shoot demon, then he get very mad.
But wasn't the last one supposed to be okay? Or
No, like in contrast to the original like source material, no, it's nothing like it. Maybe as like a standalone film, potentially, not really.
Worms, what would you like to see as a game to movie adaptation?
I would love maybe not movie, but like more of a TV series. But I'd love like a Team Fortress 2 TV series. There was rumors that they were originally going to make there was going to be an Adult Swim show that they were, and then like talks fell through or something like that. But like I think like a show with like the Team Fortress 2 characters would be so cool.
yeah, wasn't there like a pilot or something like that?
Well, so there was the expiration date short that they released. Jeez, I think 2016. Wow. And some people say that might have been some sort of pilot because I don't remember if it was leaked or linked to any specific update. But yeah, I think there are people that say that might have been some sort of pilot, and then they just never ended up producing more.
Ah, good old Adult Swim, cucking themselves since 2007.
Well, so according to CNN, there was some demand or something like that, or not even a demand, just a requirement that Adult Swim had, like some sort of length requirement or something like that, or some sort of commitment requirement that like Valve would just refuse to meet them on, and like instead of just like trying to compromise or anything, Valve just like completely dropped the project.
Ah, then in that case my points still stand. Because Adult Swim is very bad when it comes to choosing the quality of shows.
Yeah, it sucks because like if you watch that expiration date short, there's just like so much potential. Like there's just like it's such a good cast of characters and just nothing came from it. It's a crying shame.
Yeah. Team Fortress 2, all the characters have like a lot of personality, and they'll reject that, but they'll put up like a bunch of shitty, live action TV shows on Adult Swim.
I think cost also has to do something a big part of it because like a lot of those like really bad live action shows cost nothing to make because it's literally just like a bunch of dudes with like a cheap video.
Remember the whole Hellbenders thing?
Remind me.
Remember Chris O'Neill and Psychic Pebbles? They had a short series called Hellbenders, and it was on track to become an Adult Swim show. Adult Swim chose Mr. Pickles over it because they didn't want two shows that had hell in the name. Because at the time they already had a show called Your Pretty Face is Going to Hell. Then you just had the choice of Mr. Pickles or Hellbenders.
That's really unfortunate.
There could have been a timeline where Oni and G actually could have had a TV show.
And then we got Mr. Pickles. Lucky us.
Good old Mr. Pickles. I absolutely despise that show.
I think for some reason I kept watching it because I thought it was good, but looking back on it, it was like, what even was the show?
I think they even recently made a spin-off of it called My Mama Calls Me Sheriff, where now it's just a show focused on the sheriff. I guess it's just another situation where it's like a Big Mouth where it's blatantly horrible, yet people still tune in because why not?
Cause I don't know if the sheriff show is any better, but like the clips I've seen of Mr. Pickles, it's just not that good. It's just like cheap shock humor.
Yes.
It's got gore and sexual humor, quote unquote, and gore and
Ha ha ha, it's funny. Dog wants to fuck mom. Laugh. I feel like overall Adult Swim has just gone down in quality over the years.
Yeah, that's kind of what a lot of people say because they used to have like all those like really great shows like Birdman and Aqua Teen, and then they kind of just
Yeah, after everything died out, they now had to resort to the lowball stuff. So now you just get garbage like 12-ounce mounts, Assy McGee, and Tim and Eric. I absolutely despise Tim and Eric.
really.
Is that still on the air?
It doesn't run anymore. It just runs as reruns at 3 a.m.
Well, I kind of like it.
All I know of Tim and Eric are all those like shitty gifs that appear online sometimes.
I'll admit, Tim and Eric has some moments where it's funny, and it's also the birthplace of Dr. Steve Brule, and where he got the show Check It Out. But outside of that, I have never found Tim and Eric funny.
I wouldn't say like I've ever like laughed at Tim and Eric's like skits or anything, but I don't know. They just have like a certain charm that I really enjoy.
Yeah, I can get that. The charm is there, but the laughability isn't there.
Yeah, I can get that because, like I said, I've never really like laughed at any of their skits. I don't know, they're enjoyable to watch. I think if I remember correctly, I think they actually just got another show. I don't know if it's with Adult Swim or not, but
They probably did.
So back to the topic. I guess like game movies I would want to see. The problem is like almost every game that I would want to be a movie is already a movie, and it's a really shitty movie. Like I would love to see a Max Payne movie, but that has one and it's already shitty. I would love to see a Hitman movie, and they had like two of them, and they're both really shitty. It's kind of crappy, man.
That's the video game curse for you.
Has there ever been like a good video game movie?
Angry Birds.
There's
I
Angry
remember people were
Birds.
saying that was actually a good movie for what it was.
Yeah, no, I think I've heard
People
this.
said that Wreck-It Ralph was all right.
Yeah, but that's not really a video
Yeah,
game.
I
Not
see
really
where
an
you're coming from.
adaptation,
That's more game culture, not video game. My bad. People were saying that what's the video game movie is? People were saying Rampage was actually good.
There was a Rampage movie.
Yeah, it had The Rock,
Oh wow, that's
and people thought it was good. Can you smell what The Rock is cooking?
Oh, and Silent Hill. Isn't the Silent Hill movie supposed to be like decent? I thought. Or am I wrong?
I don't know. I haven't seen it.
or the Resident Evil ones. They make like tons of those like every year.
Yeah, no, I just looked it up.
Resident
And
Evil movies, they're hit or miss.
I heard the World of Warcraft one wasn't terrible.
I didn't watch that one because I don't like World of Warcraft.
You guys remember when the Mario movie predicted 9/11?
Yes. Nin, play the clip of the building disintegrating right here, right now. So then people can know the context of what we're talking about and do it while we're talking about it with no sound at all. It's just a video, silent video of the towers disintegrating. Yeah, the Super Mario Brothers movie will always be a trip.
I've never seen it, but I've heard it's something.
You haven't seen it?
No.
You weren't here. You weren't here when we watched it and Rabbit was still alive?
No, I never did any of the server movie nights.
Well, it was fun. It was very fun. We got to see 9/11 happen, and Soda almost left nearly at the end of the movie because he couldn't take anymore and was a little baby.
It's awesome.
Yeah, the Mario movie, like, it's an experience, but people overhype it a bit. Like the bad movie parts of it sometimes really shine and like it makes it really boring.
My only complaint was, why is Luigi younger than Mario? Why not just make them both middle-aged plumbers?
Yeah, that was kind of weird. Luigi was like in his 20s and Mario was like a middle-aged old man.
I guess it's because since he's the big bro, he has to be the boomer. Luigi, what have I told you about playing those video games? Hey Mario, shut up, boomer. I'm having fun. We're not supposed to be having fun, Luigi. We're supposed to be plunging the shit out of these toilets.
Or even like halfway through the movie, they didn't get their their red and green outfits until like halfway through the movie too.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Yeah, they don't get the red and green outfits until the elevator scene where they're at Bowser.
Yeah, before that, they just wear regular clothes for the whole first half of the movie.
Also, for some reason, Luigi has a gay pride belt.
Excuse me?
What?
He has a rainbow belt.
Does he really?
I think it gives him like superpowers too or something, right? Like it lets him doesn't it have like some kind of power or something?
No, it didn't have any power. It's just that after the scene where like they crash in the desert after escaping, they're dusting themselves off, and like Luigi pulls out this rainbow-colored belt and puts it on.
Huh.
I guess you could truly say that it was a true gay Luigi moment. What would I want as a game to movie adaptation? Well, I have an idea, but it's not really a game to movie adaptation, but more of like a game to series adaptation.
Okay.
And that would be Jet Set Radio.
Oh, of course.
Hey, that kind of exists already as Air Gear.
Yeah, there's Air Gear, but I want to see an actual Jet Set Radio anime. I want to see how they do the story of Jet Set Radio while also sprinkling in like little elements here and there to make it all come together.
I mean, like the game world would lend itself well to like a cartoon series or an anime or whatever, but like I don't know, man. It would be kind of weird to hear the characters talk, you know? It's like in the games, they just all have like their little like, you know, phrases and that's it.
Yeah. But you'd become used to it.
Yeah, I guess so.
Imagine Beat, but he has Mickey Mouse voice.
Nah, Beat, but he has like the shitty Sonic voice.
Oh. No, Beat, but he has the, he's voiced by the Japanese voice actor of, who did Sonic and Sonic X. So he says, fuck and, thank you a lot. Oh yeah, by the way, in the Japanese version of Sonic X, Sonic curses a lot.
Like, actually?
Yeah, there are points where he actually says damn.
Huh.
Too bad Jet Set Radio is dead and it's never gonna get anything new, ever.
Yep. You want more Jet Set Radio content? Well, too bad. Go to the Sega store and buy a Beat shirt.
Does it have like a huge, like, oh, not a huge, but like a pretty sizable, like, cult following? Like, I feel like
there's definitely
Yeah.
a sizable cult following for Jet Set Radio. Heck, as we speak right now, we're both in a server for a multiplayer fan game of Jet Set Radio Future.
Really?
Yeah.
Like whenever like people talk online about what games they want from Sega, Jet Set Radio will always like tops the list. But they never want to do it for some reason. And it's weird too, because almost every other obscure Sega series has gotten a sequel in the past year. Like Space Channel 5, Panzer Dragoon. I can't remember the other ones, but it sucks, man.
Didn't they do like something for Crazy Taxi?
Yeah, they made a shitty mobile game where you build your taxi empire. Let's not talk about that.
Oh yeah, and there's also the Sega All-Star game where it's just like an RPG and where it's just like a RPG gacha game where you have to get Sega characters out of little loot crates.
Yeah, there used to be a Sega All-Stars racing game, but they canceled that to turn it into a Sonic game, and it was really shitty, which is...
Hey,
you know.
Look on the bright side, and you get to hear Silver be voiced by the same guy who does Nagato and Makoto.
Oh, no.
Yes, that's literally what he sounds like in the new game. It's not even like oh, wow, that's actually him? It's more of oh, that's exactly him. Because Silver sounds exactly like Makoto, and it's literally horrible.
That's awful.
But yes, I guess that calls an end to what we want is a movie adaptation. So with that, let's take an ad. Ad person, could you please? Hello, people of the earth. My name is Garbanzo Garbinzo. And let me ask you something. Have you ever wanted to eat your garbage? Well, now you can with the brand new garbage candy. Just put it in your mouth, and then suddenly everything that's garbage will start tasting like actual food. Use tampons? You can eat it. Blood? You can eat it. Old Band-Aids? You can eat it. Moldy food? You can definitely eat it. So come on down today and buy Garbanzo's garbage candy.
Why would anyone want this?
Because sometimes you become homeless and you don't have any money for food.
So you gotta eat tampons. Is that what you're saying?
Yes, you have to dig in the trash and eat used tampons and Band-Aids in order to get on by. So come on down to the store today and buy Garbanzo's Garbage Candy, where, as they say, another man's trash is another man's meal.
I would highly consider buying that product.
Yes, I put all my stock money into that product. Hopefully it sells out.
Pretty ballsy, man.
Let me thank all the guests who came, and then we can leave. Worms, thanks for coming on.
Anytime.
Fedora, thank you for coming on.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, anytime, bro. And Nin, here is your penny paycheck for coming on and being the host.
I'll make sure not to spend it all at one place.
Yeah, don't spend
Wait.
it on stocks, or else the bogs are gonna get you.
Wait, he got paid? You can get paid?
Yes.
Well, yeah.
In the
Find
case of Nin, he didn't want to come on for just oh, it'll be a fun podcast. No, I actually have to pay him a penny in royalties for him to come here.
He gave me a penny and some expired food, and that's how he got me on.
Yeah, I gave you some expired food stamps.
All right, well, I know for next time that you're going to pay me.
But yeah, thank you everyone for coming on. This has been the Doki Comfy Cast. I have been your co-host, maybe host one is infinite, and I will see you next time, gamers.